Welcome to Pull the Pin Already War Room. As usual, I'm your host, Jim. And with me today is
As
my
usual.
favorite Nate Dog. As usual. Yeah, I'm going to kind of get old saying that. But what's going on, Nate?
Hey, good to see you again this week, Jim.
Yeah, it seems like you're the regular here. We're missing some other regulars that I don't know what they're on vacation. It's winter,
Hey, I heard the Alps are nice this time of the year.
right? Or they're all in Florida
Or
with
that too,
COVID,
yeah.
right? With COVID, because I guess everyone in Florida has COVID, I think. I don't know.
Yeah, they got it and got rid of it quick.
Yeah, right, right. Well, speaking of, since we're doing this headline thing and we're already breaking the ice with some topics here, why don't we go in the first one, which is COVID related? Look at this. Fauci, we're in phase 1 of 5 of pandemic.
I don't know. We had phases of the pandemic now. I just thought we had strains of the virus coming through every couple months.
It just blows my mind, just the back and forth things they're saying. Like, it just blows my mind. Like, they're almost doing it just for the moment.
Well, science is ever evolving and ever learning. So that's what we're doing. We're learning from the science.
I think you don't understand, though. Dr. Fauci is
Probably don't.
science. He is science,
He is
remember?
the science.
Yes. If you argue with him, you're arguing with science because Fauci's science.
It's pretty funny that scientists argue with scientists.
Right, exactly. And,
Yeah.
and and many discoveries have been made because some scientists try to prove other scientists wrong. So
Has he
science
said what phase 2, 3, 4, and 5 are?
I didn't read this article. I'm gonna tell you right now. I
Didn't read
just thought
that.
I thought it was the funniest thing. So I was like, phase 1 of 5, like like an op order or a mission statement. Like, what are you talking about?
We're
Like,
gonna
this
have
is
4 more Fragos come down.
right. Well, phase 1 is what? Is it where everybody dies from COVID? Phase 2 is what?
Phase
Where
2 is where we give everybody N95 masks and free at home tests.
right, right, free at home to because it's important that you know it's COVID, even though you treat it the same way whether you know or not.
Right. Yeah. Someone
So
asked someone asked me if I'm gonna order tests. I'm like, why am I gonna waste 4 tests on me?
right, right,
If it's positive, what am I gonna do? Stay home. If I'm not feeling good and I don't test, what am I gonna do? Stay home.
right. And if it's positive, right, and it's positive and you're home and you have problems breathing, what are you going to do? Go
Go
to the
to the
hospital.
hospital.
If it's negative and it's not COVID and you have problems breathing, what are you going to do?
Go to the hospital.
So why are we got this mad push for tests? I have no idea.
Well, we'll find out what phase 3, 4, and 5 are because seems like phase 2 is at home test and free masks for everybody.
Yeah, well, you know what's funny? Our next subject is just about that. GOP
Perfect.
demands answers on how Biden spent 83 billion meant for COVID tests. Now we know why tests are important because somebody has to get that money.
Well, yeah, it's free COVID test, right?
83 billion dollars. Like and somebody was explaining this to me today. I had a conversation. I was like, I don't get it. Like I was thinking on a very shallow level of, the masks really this, the test really this, like that. He says, "Do you understand how many people in the line, the chain, are getting rich off of this relief stuff?
Oh,
Like, do you
yeah, totally.
understand like the billions of dollars that's being dumped into these things isn't going for tests. They're going for this nonprofit that supports this test and this nonprofit that does that. There's organizations down this whole structure that are getting rich to hand out a test for you.
Or the companies that produce the free vaccines. Yeah, they're
Yeah.
not giving you free vaccines. Someone's paying them
Yes, they're
to make a
free, right.
vaccine. Yeah, yeah,
They're
we're paying them.
free. They're free to you because the government and the taxpayers, because you may not be a taxpayer, you might, I don't know, are paying for it. Yep. $83 billion. Like, remember when all these I think Obama was all that transparency and remember they all they talk about this transparency?
That's
How hard would it be to show where $83 billion went? Maybe
this
difficult, but
this guy talked about having the most transparent presidency ever, and he has held the least press conferences out of any president in history. That's transparency.
well, you can't. I mean, you got to understand this is probably a new era because he also got the most votes in in history and never even campaigned. So maybe he's transparent. Maybe he's got some telepathy thing.
Maybe.
Maybe he sits in that basement with the back green screen background and he just reaches people like moron, like some sort of moron stream or something, a frequency. And they're just like, oh, must wear mask. get my test. I mean, people are literally going out of their house with COVID to
To get,
stand in line next to people who might not have COVID to get tested to see if they have COVID.
if you
We
think you have it, stay home for 10 days.
like, really? Like, are you kidding me?
Like,
Now the only
what does a
what's that?
positive test change your mind to do? If you think you have COVID, stay home for 10 days.
Right. And now the only thing I can caveat that is, all right, let's say that makes the difference. I get a test, I'm positive. Now I can get monoclonal antibodies, or I can use the bad things like ivermectin and hydroxychloroquine. We know what to use to treat it. So that may be important to know. But if you're not going to take any of those things, or you're already vaccinated, the test is useless for you. So unless you're going to use a treatment that some people say is works and other people say no, you can't use it, the test is useless. And most people are sent home.
Yes.
You got COVID, okay, bye.
99.9% of people go home and rest for 10 days
Right.
or
So
5 or
now,
7 or 8. I don't know what the CDC's
well,
guidance
it's
is this
five
week,
now.
but
It's five now because I think the airlines or one of those industries were hurting or something. I don't know. So knocked it down to five because they couldn't have too many people out too long.
so
Because
he
now,
spent so he spent 83 billion on COVID tests or on something else.
well, it says it was meant for COVID tests. So if the $83, $82 billion was meant for COVID tests, they want to know where it went because we don't have COVID tests.
Let me tell you what answer you're going to get.
What?
Did you just hear it? Did you just hear it? Yeah,
Yes. Yeah,
nothing.
exactly.
Nothing.
Exactly. Well, let me circle back here. I mean, Joe Biden's plan is to get everyone a test. That's not what that wasn't the question. Yes, but it is his plan to get everyone done with these people. But here, get this though. Let's take COVID to the next one. Check this out. US colleges set to impose new N95 mask requirements and increased restrictions in addition to vax mandates.
And these N95 masks, can you wash them and reuse them?
No,
I can't throw them in my washing machine, in my dryer, and
no,
oh,
no. I think anything
so
degrades them. Go to the website, dude.
no, no,
No, I'm telling you, I did when this first
no.
started because everyone was talking about the N95. On the website, the N95 mask, it clearly states they're designed for your protection, not anybody else's, because it has a one-way valve. You remember how our Pro masks had that little rubber piece in there?
That's what I'm gonna wear.
Well, that's what it is. It's a little valve like that, a little rubber valve that you exhale, and all of your crap goes out, but it seals closed so nothing can come in.
Yeah, but if everybody's wearing an N95, you're good, right?
Right. You're good. Or if you're sick and you stay home, we're all
You're
good.
good.
But that's medical misinformation, right? So
So
let's not talk about that.
so now the only good mask is an N95 mask. None of these other cloth masks or double cloth mask or
Nope.
sometimes triple cloth mask. No, that's good. Just N95, huh?
Yep. Yep. But look at the colleges. Now
Well,
I'm gonna be
I'm gonna wear two N95 masks just to be double safe.
well, I don't think you can because the purpose of the M95 mask is to be properly fitted.
Oh, so they're gonna issue these masks out willy nilly and not properly fit people to
Oh
wear
no,
them
no, no.
properly?
They're gonna have a government employee, probably thousands of them like TSA, um, go into every school, college, work that's going to go and say, "Oh, I'm a government mask fitter," and we'll put them on you properly. And yeah, and they're going to pay somebody with our tax dollars to properly fit everybody.
Actually, I'm gonna volunteer for that job, but
Yeah, I'm telling
I'm
you.
not gonna wear an N95. I'm gonna wear a different mask while I do it.
Right, right. So, but I was going to say is like I'm okay with this in one way. I'm okay with this because screw colleges. I mean, screw them. I mean, I'm done with their corruption and their robbery and their thief. So
I was
maybe this will push people to say, this is ridiculous.
I'm
You
gonna
know,
say, you know who's not doing this? Trades who pay
mhm,
you to learn your job, where most people should be going anyway instead of college.
yep, yeah. Well, you knew the college thing. I don't want to get off on a tangent, but we knew the college thing was a corruption scheme to make money, and they've gone way too far now. All they had to do was push out to the regular public that you need an education to get a job.
And
That
everybody
ain't the
jumped
case
on it.
no more. It ain't the case no more because
It's
there's
like
people with degrees
you need
who
a
don't
mask
even
to
work.
live.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I got a buddy I grew up with who went to a college and he got this degree and he did all this stuff and you know what he's doing now? He's doing heating and air conditioning.
Where he should have started probably.
Exactly. And he
Yeah.
probably could have been made a lot of money right now.
Yep.
I got another friend of mine who literally didn't even go finish high school. Like he didn't go to high school. He got his GED, started working for a big company that ends in Eisen, and he's been working there for years and he's making pretty good money.
Eisen. I had to think what ends in Eisen.
It's one of those telecommunication places.
Yeah, but we have a Horizon here, so I'm thinking, how do
Oh,
you
oh, hey, good,
how
good
do you know?
call. Yeah, I'm sorry. It starts with Ver,
Oh,
but
okay. Gotcha.
but I don't want to plug them because they're a little too rich and
Yeah, yeah.
nonsense too. But so yeah, and he's doing very well. I mean, well, he just went through a divorce, which kind of crushed all that, but he was doing very well. So we don't need colleges. Colleges are a joke unless you're going to like doctors, lawyers, things that require a lot of schooling. They're a joke. So your gender studies education, degree, whatever, it's not going to do anything for you. You can still paint your hair green and go work at Starbucks. They'll let you do that. So, anyways, you ready for the next one? Or did you have something to add to that?
I got nothing to add to most of these.
All right. Well, we'll go into this one here. This is several Democrat office holders face felony corruption or sex charges.
Not guilty.
This one, like this one's like I know Mike right now would be like, and like you know what I mean? Like this is not news. Like I don't even know why it's in there. It's not news.
They never get charged.
Right, because we even know they have a fund for this.
Just like Como, who just got all his stuff left
They
on their table.
literally have funds set aside for these people's cases. They have this fund set aside.
Paid by taxpayer dollars.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
Our tax dollars. So, and you know how they get our tax dollars? Oh, look at this segue, dude. You got all the segues, man. You are the master segue.
I don't
Look at
even know.
this.
I don't even know the headlines today either.
California mulls proposal to double taxes.
I did see that. They want like I think I only read the headline. I didn't go into the article, but it's something to do with trying to give them all universal health care in California.
Right, to
So
double
you
tax.
got double tax. So I'm gonna lose half my salary to get health care. That's crap.
Right, and you know what's interesting about it? Interesting about it is like that's not a bad idea, right?
It's a horrible
Like,
idea.
no, no, no. I'm saying it's not a bad idea for everyone to have health care and everyone like I think we all could agree if that was possible, we do it. The problem is like me and Mike have always said, the billions of dollars we send to other countries and funding programs that we shouldn't fund and into the pockets of all these corrupt politicians. All that money, if we just took that all back, we can already do this probably.
Oh, easily.
We're a very wealthy country. If these people would actually do what they're telling you to do, we'd probably be fine right now. So California is not onto a bad idea. It's just not practical. Not until they clean up the corruption.
California is a bad idea.
Well, it's a good. Well, I do like California for that. People always say what happens in California is going to happen in the country. So they're like the experimental
I
place
hope
where.
not. I surely hope not.
Well, yeah, I hope not too. I mean, if it fails in California, there's a good chance it won't make it anywhere else.
I'm not talking about just the tax. Well, double taxes. I could see that happening but the healthcare thing. But California just does some stupid stuff.
Yeah, but why do you think that? Like, why do you think? I mean, why do you think California?
Votes.
California's a beautiful state, though.
Votes. If we give you this for free, we do that for free. We'll do this.
But
They're
why
keep
is that?
voting for you
So why is that?
because people think it's good for them.
Right. But what is California full of?
Hell if
And
I know.
I don't mean specifically. I'm saying, well, I guess maybe specifically. What was California known for when you were growing up?
L.A.
Right. But what was happening in L.A.?
Rodney King riots.
Okay. Besides the gangbangers and stuff like that,
Oh,
I'm talking about the big sign that's on the side of a
Hollywood.
mountain where
Hollywood.
everyone flocked every place they could to go to Hollywood in hopes to get their dream in a movie or whatever, and they end up homeless on the streets. That is what the place is full of. Now, it doesn't mean, Silicon Valley now has come up and tech's come up and all that, but I mean, you can really probably narrow their population down to a couple different groups, and many of them are Hollywood wannabes. That's where they started. Actresses, models, all that stuff used to flock to California, and now illegals. I mean, there's like you can really put groups in California, I think, because you see the ones that are moving out, they're the ones that don't want to be a part of that mess, but you still have the most homeless people. You got all this. It's crazy. So
Skid
it's
Row.
no wonder. It's no wonder they come up with the crazy ideas because they're all dreamers. They're all artists. And oh, wouldn't it be great if we can paint everybody's picture and put it all up on the world mural? And it's like, what? You know what I mean? Healthcare for everybody. Bring in all the Mexicans. We'll feed the whole world. Come on. Like, how do you do that? Even if you 10 people
By
pay
doubling their
taxes,
taxes. That's
right? But even if
that's how you do it. They double everybody's
but
taxes.
but think about it. Think about it. Like this is the logic. People are so stupid. Like if the whole state of California had 20 people, just say, right? Just it's obviously not right, but just for numerical, say 10 of them worked, 10 of them were homeless. So those 10 are paying taxes. They're not only paying taxes for them, but they're paying taxes for the 10 people that aren't working. So now you bring up the other ones. Okay, let's double their taxes, and they're still not paying taxes. So now you got 10 people still paying for 20. But wait, let's open the borders and let all these people come in that don't belong there. And now you've got 10 people paying for 20, for now 30, for now 40. What do you think that money's getting? It's getting smaller. So to the point where each person that's paying taxes, everybody's only getting a quarter now instead of $10.
And
It,
those open borders keep bringing coronavirus in.
Well, yeah, I mean, well, the virus is another thing, but you understand what I'm saying? The logic is just so stupid. They compare to like Sweden, who doesn't just let people walk in. That's why those countries get away with, all the Medicare for all or whatever programs they run, their social justice stuff, because they have a population that's under control.
Because the immigration system works.
Yes, and they literally say if one more person comes in, everybody loses 10 cents. So we can't just do that. So if we're going to let one more person in, everybody's paying 10 more cents. So we can keep the cost at the same. So it's just it's morons out here. They take one little piece of something and they're like, "Oh, but look, they do it." I'm on a rant here, right?
I'm listening. I'm listening. So besides California, what else you got?
Oh, well, we could jump across the country and go into this one. I I know this is like Xi Jinping, whatever, but I don't care whatever his name is. Threatens catastrophic consequences if China is confronted.
Everybody threatens everything.
So you like Mike in this, right?
Yeah,
You think this is just a generic
yeah.
blowhard comment?
That's like us threatening Russia if they go into the Ukraine or yeah, Ukraine, right? That's what they're
Yeah.
flying up on now.
Hmm.
What are we gonna do, Joe? What are we gonna do? We're gonna give them sanctions. Sanctions on what? They don't give a shit about sanctions. North Korea, we'll fire missiles at you. Yeah, okay, yeah, sure you will. You need to stop all your border training. We're gonna do this. No, you're not. No, you're
Right.
not.
Dude, like you like today, dude, Nate, you are the man. You are the segue king today. I mean,
I didn't even read the headlines in the email today. So
you're talking about nobody cares. Well, check this guy out. NBA Warriors co-owner says nobody cares about China's Uyghur genocide. Did you see that?
I don't care because I don't know what it is, or should I care because I don't know what it is.
Well, what
I know what a genocide is, but I don't know what the China's Uyghur genocide is. So
you don't know the Uyghurs, the ones that are held in camps like rehabilitation camps over there in China? I think they're like a Muslim population, and China puts them in camps.
oh, I don't know anything about it.
Well, if you don't watch basketball, because it's a big controversy over basketball, because basketball's getting funded like probably 80% by China, and they've got
That's
a
where all
problem
their
with that.
uniforms and shoes come from.
And there was a guy kicked out of a game that said something about the Uyghurs, whatever, and they kicked him out of the game. Like you couldn't have a statement like that bashing China because if China sees that, then they'll be like, oh, we're not funding you anymore. Yeah, it's crazy, dude. But the point that this guy said nobody cares, like I think he's right, but I think he's right for the wrong reason.
Does anybody know? Like me,
Right,
I don't know what China's Uyghur genocide. I know what a genocide is, obviously, but I don't know what China's
right.
Uyghur genocide is. Obviously, it's wrong if it's a genocide, but
It's a population in China that they're putting in camps. I mean, literally putting them in like, you know, camps compared to the old days, which I guess we can't say words like that. Well, I don't really care. Screw tubes, whatever. They can ban us on YouTube anyway.
I know some
Um,
people that should be put in camps in America.
with the unvaccinated,
Well, maybe. So, some people think
yeah.
that
I
too.
mean, do you know? Yeah, there are people out there who think that.
Yeah.
I'm just well. I mean, I guess you can just go to Australia, right?
No, they ain't let you in there.
Well, they'll let you in there and put you right into camp.
True. They won't let you play tennis.
Yeah, right. Yep. Crazy
I
stuff,
kick
right?
you out of that country.
Like I don't know, man. And you know what's funny because we'll go back to COVID. That's all about COVID, and you're hearing now from. Did you hear the Pfizer CEO? The Pfizer CEO talking about the vaccine 1 and 2 shots and even the booster have little to no protection against this and absolutely no protection against transmission. Like
Oh no,
Pfizer said himself. You know what I mean? Like the things people have been saying
I
that we
saw
get banned for.
what a scientist that found mRDNA. What's the whatever the virus thing is?
What's
That
that?
scientist said he was saying that how bad it is for kids and everything it's going to do to your kids, but no one ever talks about that in the news.
No, no, they don't. They were suppressing stuff, but that's what I'm saying. Right now, they are coming out with information and their story's changing. It's amazing how right before your eyes, they're starting to admit things that we knew 2 years ago. And then everybody's acting like it was, oh, yeah, well, look, right now it's happening. No, it's
And
been happening for 2 years.
those were conspiracy theories 2 years ago.
Exactly. And now they're like media news, like aha moments, like, are you
I
kidding me?
told you that.
Right.
Yeah, they're talking about even people way back when you talk about the N95 masks.
Yeah.
Like the masks we're wearing aren't good for much because have you seen the level labs that COVID is tested in? They're not wearing an N95 mask either. They're wearing whole suits.
Suit. Yeah. And I have to tell you this, I saw a video, I can't remember if it was 2014, 2016. I saw a video. It was a research video from an actual um they were researching doctors. It wasn't COVID, it was way before COVID. They were talking about the masks. And they literally in this research found that the masks don't even really help doctors very much because it just stops the droplets, things like that. But they literally admitted these masks in this video, the research company, not me, because I don't know any better, because I'm just misinformation, Jim. Um, they literally said that these masks didn't work even for the doctors who used them. They were only slightly effective for whatever.
Yeah, I don't have the same thing I saw, but I saw something about the masks. They're not for they're not for protection. They're just to stop doctors stuff from getting inside of you, like if they're
Yes,
sneezed or just
foreign
droplets
foreign
come out of you.
elements, right?
Yeah, come out of your mouth. It's to keep that from getting into you during surgery. But other than that, it doesn't stop you from getting that or them from getting something. It's just
Right. And they even talk. We even I mean we even heard recently about how the the droplets. They even talked about the size of the pores in the cloth masks versus the size of the virus. And the cloth masks now they're admitting now that the cloth masks do absolutely nothing, except hold your spit and snot in one place. So I don't know. I don't know how the hell we got to this from the Uyghurs.
I don't care.
I don't care. Let's go to the other Xi buddy. U.S. calls on North Korea to halt unlawful and destabilizing missile launches and engage in dialogue.
What are they going to do? Give them catastrophic consequences if they don't?
I don't know, but like I guess my question is, was this happening before? Like, I mean, we keep saying this is common stuff, but there was a short period of time I thought I remembered that there were no problems from North Korea.
They stayed to themselves for 4 years.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I remember that, and I don't know why. Maybe it was, I don't know, Trump. I don't know, but this is crazy to me. And it's crazy obvious. Like, what's their excuse? What's your excuse for this coming again? North Korea coming back, Russia invading Ukraine, China threatening Taiwan. What is your excuse for that?
Trump's fault.
Right, it's all Trump's fault,
It
right?
all started happening before Biden took office.
Right, right, exactly. Even though they had Middle East peace talks and agreements, and they did all this stuff, I just don't know how people are so stupid. I'm getting tired of stupid people. You know what? This was my segue because I didn't mean to mention Trump intentionally, but I'm going to move to this next one because this is one of my favorite topics here. Reflecting on January sex, that's Erection Day. If you don't know, January sex Erection Day. Um, Trump pushes weird new conspiracy theory. Now I'm gonna tell you right now. Did you read this?
No, no, I don't read anything you send. I
I
just like
get
the
it.
headlines.
That's cool. I mean, I like that too. But
I
I
like
actually
discussing headlines just based off our thought process and not a whole actual factual, well, semi-factual article.
right. So even reading this, you could probably come up with 1,000 conspiracy theories, right?
Sure.
So I didn't even read it to find out what this new Trump conspiracy theory was, because right off the bat, I was sitting here thinking, so you're telling me Trump is making up conspiracy theories and all this stuff like he was obsessed with the election. I think that's what he was talking about, something like that. And yet you're obsessed with Trump. Like you're literally writing about Trump a year later about a conspiracy theory. Like, even if it was a conspiracy theory, who cares? But you're so concerned that Trump is talking about a conspiracy theory a year after he's out of office and can't even recognize that you're obsessed with Trump.
Well, we should see how it works. And got 3 more years of Biden in office, but
You think he's
if
going to
there,
make it 3?
well, 3 more years
Until we get to elect a new president, you mean?
Republicans head office, that is.
All
But
right.
maybe these 2022 elections that'll take over the House and the Senate, maybe they'll change the direction a lot of stuff's going. Because then he really has no control of the country because he can't, unless it's by executive order, none
Right.
of his thought process will get passed by anybody. And if the House and Senate are both controlled by the same, usually what the House passes, the Senate will approve, or vice versa, if you're on the same party. Because right now they can't do it because it's split 50-50. So you
Right.
can't really get much through. What is that? The House is 50-50 or Senate's 50-50? I don't
Senate's
know.
50-50. That's
Senate's
why,
50-50.
well, Democrats have it by a tiebreaker.
Yeah,
That's
but
why they're having a hard time right now with
the
the
Republicans have Manchin,
right.
kind
But I
of.
mean, Manchin hasn't always been. I mean,
He's always been middle of the road.
right, but that's what I'm saying. He doesn't always do for the
No,
Republicans.
yeah.
He's more of a certain issues he takes a stand on, and that's it, no matter Republican, Democrat. And that's why I saw the funniest thing, which is why I said people are just so dumb. Like they're just so stupid. Like literally, you can watch on the news. I think it was they're saying that the filibuster is racist. At the same time, they used the filibuster to stop the the pipeline from Russia. Did you see that the filibuster for that pipeline to Russia?
Didn't the Democrats create the filibuster?
Either way, they're on record of saying don't do away with it. It's undemocratic. Now they're saying it's racist. Like, come on, people, just admit it. Like, dude, Nate, this is all I want. This is all I ask for.
Never gonna get it.
I know. All I ask for is just tell the damn truth.
Nope.
You know what I mean? If you voted for Biden because you hate Trump, if you don't care that he said something yesterday different from today because you want to be on a Democratic team, just be real. Say, look, I don't want to be an outcast. I don't want people to hate me, so I wear a mask. I don't want you. Just be honest, and you'll get more respect. Just
Unless
be
you're a
honest.
politician.
Well, we all know politicians lie, and we continue to put up with it. We keep putting them in office.
Yep.
And they keep getting rich. Like I said, Pelosi is I love talking about Nancy Pelosi, and Mike's called me out on it before, but Pelosi is the perfect example of how stupid American, well, start with California, but how stupid people are. Like she literally said, we need to pass the bill to find out what's in it. Like, do you just, I mean, do you literally go to a new job and say, well, you got to start the job before we tell you what your salary is?
Yeah, right?
What? And people are okay with that. Then she just recently came out and says, "Oh well, politicians are people too. They have the right to invest like the people do in the stock market. Wait a minute. No, you're not like people. You get insider information. That's why you're all millionaires because you find out that we're switching to a green new. Everybody has to have electric vehicles, and then you go invest in Tesla and pull all your money out of the oil industry. And then you make millions, and the rest of us have to wait for the news, and then we can make a couple $100.
Yep. Yep.
This
Exactly.
is happening across the aisle. Republicans, Democrats. And that stupid ass from California told your stupid ass exactly what's happening. And you're going to sit here and say, well, everybody's racist. Oh, everybody's this. Are you freaking people serious? Like, are you really serious?
Jim,
I,
your face is turning red.
I'm telling you, it
You,
just
you,
pisses me off.
you got a drink
She's,
of water right there?
I do. I need some water. I got a big drink of water. Look at this. I get all red when I get irritated. But you get what I'm saying? Like, it's in your face, dude. It's not like some deep fake. It's not like some made up story that it's she literally says it where Republicans and Democrats alike can see what she said. And people still want to believe and listen to these people.
They still get voted in.
Yeah. But I mean, like I said, that to me, I'm being hard on people. I'm saying people are stupid. But in reality, there's probably a lot of people who don't care about politics. There's probably a lot of people who don't vote because I don't think there's a large number of people who actually vote. So, but that leads to the other conspiracy theory that people say, well, there's no corruption in elections. Dude, you got to be kidding me, man.
There's corruption in everything that has
Any
a right
competition, we've talked about
competition.
this, right?
Yeah.
Any
Yep.
competition, people are cheating.
Or finding a loophole to get.
Right.
Yep.
So, I mean, people to make an ignorant statement like that, well, this was a perfect election. There was no, stop. You're embarrassing yourself. All right, let's move on
I think the
before
best way to fix that,
what's that?
term limits. Term
Right,
limits.
but who's going to vote on term limits?
Put it on the ballot. The American people vote on it.
No, I mean, yeah, well, right, if that's a possibility, because look at it. It was, I think it was a Republican who put up the insider trading thing to freeze all politicians from trading stocks because of insider trading. And that's what Pelosi was talking about. She shot it down because she knows she's a multimillionaire because of that. And if she's not doing it, she's telling that information to her husband. There's a whole website. You know that,
Oh
right?
yeah,
I
yeah.
think
I've
I
seen
mentioned the
that.
last show. Whole website. They actually banned an account that was following Nancy Pelosi's transactions. They banned an account because they were exposing her corruption. And these are the people voting on these things. Why do you think you remember this, right? Every year they had to vote to see if the military would get a raise, right? You remember that? But yet Congress's 2.5% was automatic.
They put it in their bill.
Yes, they put it in a bill to make it
Also, make
automatic.
it automatic. Yeah.
You remember that, right? Who made
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
rule? Congress.
Yeah.
Like, duh. So the people who can fix the country are the people who are benefiting from the corruption right
It's
now.
it's like the president in office can't raise his salary, but the next president coming in can get a pay raise if it's voted on. But Congress and Senate don't have term limits, so they're voting on their own. Why would they say no, no, no? We don't need a pay raise. No, no,
Right.
no. We don't need a pay raise. No, they're not going to do that.
Right, but that's my point. I'm 100% agree with term limits, but who's going to pass it?
Exactly.
The people benefiting from the corruption right now? No, they're not.
No.
And they're going to right in your face say it. And you still aren't going to care. Not you specifically.
Right? Yeah.
I'm
Yep.
talking about the idiots out there who don't care. But
The stupid people.
And I call them stupid and idiots, but really the first question would be is like, well, what do you do? Well, first of all, just
They
like
think
we're doing.
They think you're stupid and you're an idiot, though.
They probably do. But that's fine. They can. Maybe I am an idiot for even talking to these stupid people because they don't see what's going on. But my point is like, I get it. Like, what do you do? Well, number one, vote locally, small elections, vote those because those are the politicians that learn the system that become the corrupt fools in the top. But what else can you do? Start making people aware. Maybe people will get pissed off and they'll see a real January 6th erection when they finally had enough of this crap. Not that I'm promoting one, not that I'll be part of one, but if we go and protest peacefully, it was mostly peaceful, acceptable now.
Yeah, most people's fine.
It's acceptable. Okay.
Yeah.
So we mostly
Well, that's
peaceful.
only if certain people do it. Not
Oh,
others.
right.
Yeah.
So you get it, like, people have to get angry. I mean, and you can't just sit at home and stomp your feet, you gotta do something. Either with your vote, and I don't ever, obviously, we gotta say this because I don't promote violence because I don't believe in that. That's not the right way to get stuff done. But you can definitely
Wait,
voice your opinion
you
and
were in the military and don't believe in violence because that's not how you get stuff done?
no, I
We
don't
go we
promote
we
it.
we go to war, Jim. We go to war for stuff to get stuff done.
Well, okay, but it's interesting, Nate, too, because I had this conversation. I had this conversation with somebody, and it might have been Mike, because we had a topic on something like that. And I said, no, the Army's job is not to kill. The military's job is not to kill. Because think about this. If we were able to walk into Iraq and everybody threw down their weapons, put their hands up, would we just start shooting people? No. So we're not going in there to kill people. We're prepared to if our lives are threatened.
That's a good point.
So that's what I'm saying. So when people like look at that stuff like, "Oh, you're just there to kill and just destruction." No, we're not. We're prepared for it. We do it because people resist and fight us and try to kill us. But if they all gave up, we wouldn't shoot anybody. We'd have more, of our own accidents, deaths from our own accidents than we would.
Accidental discharges.
Right, right.
It's not an accident when your finger's on the trigger.
And you're pointed at your CO, right?
Yeah.
What? Yeah, that's crazy stuff. Crazy talk. Okay, let me get to the last. Well, not the last one, because the last one's going to be good. But this one's
Yeah, I'm sure it is.
this one I thought was really cool because this we were talking about conspiracy theories, right? Impact of 5G on transportation and economy is incalculable. U.S. Airlines says. Do you remember the 5G talk in the beginning?
Yeah, I've been sort of kind of following this a little bit, and I don't know about all this economy and incalculable, but I know the airlines are saying around the airports don't push out 5G because it messes with something of theirs. But like, I think outside the airports, they're not worried about 5G. Just I guess within a certain radius of the airports because it messes with their systems or something supposedly. But I don't know about besides a car. When you say on transportation, do you just mean air transportation and the economy? Because
Well, let's put it this way. I think the airline industry was bailed out quite a bit during COVID
yeah, you think
because if it
before,
collapses,
well before COVID.
well, right, a couple times now, right? But if it collapses, it's a big problem with transportation, right?
Yeah, because our boats ain't going anywhere.
Right,
Trains are getting robbed in California right now.
right. And then we can't have cars because gas is too expensive. So, right, it's a big problem. But this is my question. If the 5G, obviously what it is frequencies, right? They're all frequencies. And I mean, you can go all in depth about frequencies and all that stuff. And I was a certified radar instructor. So um, I learned a little bit about frequencies.
I
But
think a radar gun for detecting speeds different than radar technician, Jim.
well, no, yeah, but I mean, I'm not a technician, yeah, but I'm saying I learned a little bit about frequencies, the wavelengths and, they're all different, reflective and all that. But my point what I was saying is the 5G basically is frequency, right? I mean, it has to be a frequency or a level of something we're not using because then they go from 2.5 or, whatever. But this technology is affecting whatever's in the air traffic portion of the plane or something.
Right.
So think about that. So is that an isolated thing, or are there other components like will this start affecting cars? What does this frequency actually do? And to illustrate my point, something I noticed yesterday. If you want to understand like a frequency, I am tone deaf on certain frequencies in my left ear. So I was at my computer yesterday and I just leaned over to grab something off the floor and I was hearing this buzzing noise on the computer. And then I leaned over here to make sure I was hearing, and I didn't hear it. And then I did again. I heard it. I'm like, "What the hell's going on?" I even had my son come in. "Did you hear that buzzing noise?" And he said, "Yes." I said, "Try your other ear." I thought it was like an ear thing. But the point I'm getting at is I literally cannot hear a certain frequency in this ear. So a frequency is affecting my hearing in this ear.
Hold on, you hear that?
Yeah.
It sounds like VA disability to me.
Oh, I already put it in, dude, and they they
Okay.
they denied it. And this
Oh,
is when I got out the military. Yeah, like, this is why I got out the military because it's only certain frequencies. It's not like it makes you
yeah.
deaf. It's
Right.
only certain frequencies, and I don't think they're frequencies. Obviously, my computer going beep doesn't really, sit high on the scale, But you get what I'm saying? So to illustrate the frequency thing and its effect on people, maybe I'm totally wrong on 5G, but I can't imagine it works much different because it's all airwaves
Yeah, the airline's the only industry complaining about it right now. So
right
I don't
now.
know if the auto industry has tested their cars in 5G
Think about
areas
it.
or
Think about it. You're talking about navigation systems. Now, unless they're antiquated and old systems or specific, aren't the future of cars going to be navigation? Tesla, doesn't it run on its own?
hold on, I'm gonna go to my glove compartment. I'm gonna get my atlas out real quick.
I still have one in my truck. But,
I do not have an atlas, but
but you get what I'm saying? So isn't there possibly another impact, that we don't know? But in the beginning, it was all conspiracy theories when people were like, no, this 5G is dangerous. It can mess with you, this, that. I mean, they're worried about the human body. And wasn't there talk about cell phones in your pockets and all that
oh
causing
yeah.
cancer? And so,
Well,
like,
it's same thing sitting your laptop on your lap and causing you not to have kids or
sure. And
yeah.
and maybe it's embellished. Maybe it is embellished, or maybe it's just something we haven't discovered yet that's more common and we just don't know. But at the end of the day, you're talking about something the airline industry is telling you straight up, it's affecting our navigation system. Wouldn't that make you pause for a second?
Well, they have
Y-
paused the rollout of 5G in the areas of
mhm.
airports now, but I don't know how big of a pause that's going to be and how much other stuff they're going to test and see what. Maybe, why don't you just go to 6G? Forget 5G, go to 6G and use different frequencies.
And right off the bat, here, why do we need this?
Faster. We gotta be faster. We
Why do
gotta
we
get
need faster?
we gotta get stuff faster
Why?
because we gotta put it in your head faster. We gotta provide you stuff faster so you can make
Right,
conspiracy
right.
theories.
Maybe you wouldn't be so laggy right now. Um,
Oh, yeah, yep,
or maybe I could play Call of Duty better.
could be.
Like, are you kidding me? Oh. Anyways, all right, I beat that to death. You got anything more to add to that 5G? What do you think about it?
5G, not for me.
Well, it's gonna be out there
Probably.
anyway.
What do I have right now? LTE. Yeah, I have
Yeah, and
LTE
you
right
you're not
now.
gonna have a choice too. You know how they do that, the obsolete, they make everything.
Oh yeah, they have. I saw the local town down here is putting out notices every week now. If you have 3G phones, that they're going to be obsolete pretty soon because a lot of people have 3G phones that the government issues them for, and they're only for 911. You can only call 911 on these phones. So the local government's saying, hey, look, these phones are
Oh.
going to be obsolete. You're going to have to upgrade to something else because your 911 is not going to work on your 3G phone anymore because 3G is being cut.
So let me get this right. So you're saying the government spent a whole lot of money on cell phones, and then a company comes out with a new phone, new technology, and now the government's gonna have to spend a whole bunch more money on new phones?
Sounds like it. Sounds like it.
Wow, that seems like let me ask, who's invested in these companies? Let me see, is there any politicians making lots of money on new cell phone technology?
You ever see that meme where it says politicians should wear NASCAR jackets so you can see who's funding them?
No,
You ever seen that?
no.
Yeah, they say politicians should wear NASCAR outfits so you can see who's funding them,
Well, yeah, and
who's
it's
sponsoring
funny
them.
because we talk about that and we think like NASCAR where somebody's like, oh, directly sponsoring them. But when you look at it, if they have their stocks in Tesla, well, of course they're going to want to go and put Teslas out there because
Yep.
they'll get rich off of it. Why do you think they're fighting Bitcoin? Because they didn't all invest in Bitcoin
Yeah.
because they didn't have the insider information on Bitcoin. So they're going to fight Bitcoin because you're going to get rich, not them. It's just common sense, people. I mean, I'm not intelligent. I don't need to be super smart to figure this stuff out. Just look for the motive. Like, look for the motive. Look where their money's at.
Follow
Look
the
for
trail.
it.
Follow the
Yeah.
trail. Yep.
It's not really complicated, but yet people are so stupid and simple-minded that they'll rather argue with you because you're not wearing a mask. What? Come on.
Well, now they're gonna
Anyway,
argue with you. You're not wearing an N95 mask pretty soon.
well, that's because I'm not a college student.
I think they're sending them out with each test kit they're sending Americans right now.
Yeah. But for what? You test today, it's no good for 10 minutes from now.
Exactly. That was my whole thing. You can send out. You can get a max of 4 per household. Say you're the only person that lives in the household, so you can test 4 times.
What?
If you if
Every
you don't
4 minutes?
if you don't test daily, at least daily, it's worthless because
So
tomorrow I can have it.
right, so think about this. So think about there's people actually out there driving with a mask on. So these people actually believe that there's a virus like following them and getting in their air ducts and getting in their windows and getting them. No, you have to come in contact with somebody with the virus. So if you're not near people or they haven't touched the surface, you immediately touch after them because did wasn't there a big deal about how long the virus lasts on surface?
Yeah, it's not that. It was a whole big deal wiping down and this and
Well,
that, and come to
but it's
find
not
out,
in your car. You're the one in your car, unless you let strangers in. But people believe so much that they're driving with this.
but you could have touched something at the grocery store that now you touched your car, so now it's in your car.
Right. But you have sanitation places. You can I mean, there's so many things you can do. But the point being is you're driving with this on, so you literally believe this thing's gonna get you from anywhere. I mean, I don't know, man. I'm just like I'm just gonna get red again because these people.
And I'm out of water for you to get red, so
Yeah,
my
yeah.
cup's not as big as your cup.
I got
So
some more hydration. I try to drink like 2 of these a day, which is a gallon, but I don't always do it. Um, let's get to the last one because
yeah,
we're
this is the best ones. These are the
yeah,
best
this
ones.
one's the best one anyway. Norway tells conscripts to return underwear after service. Now I wasn't even sure what a conscript was,
Thank you. Okay, please enlighten me.
but it has something to do with the military, I think. So,
Oh, so they got to turn it back into CIF.
yes, their underwear. Now I don't even know too if they might be women too. I don't know. It might be women.
Conscripts are women, or
I think yeah, I think the underwear might be the women in the I don't know, but either way, this just sounds really creepy weird to me.
maybe they recycle them. Like, not actually give it to the next person online, but maybe they burn them up or whatever. And like, you turn your uniforms in and stuff like that. What are you gonna do with my uniforms?
Yeah, yeah, but what are you gonna do with underwear, dude?
Like,
Like, what are
same
people
thing you
gonna
do.
run around in the military underwear and be like, "Hey, I'm in the army. I'm in the army."
Same thing you do with my uniforms. What do you need my old dirty uniforms that I've deployed in and haven't washed in 8 months? What are you gonna do with these things?
Well, but you can make an argument that's an outer gear that people can use in woodland or whatever the camo is. They can
No.
use that to fight against you.
Well, yeah, but I agree with Norway. Turn everything in.
Do you really?
You need nothing military once you leave, because I don't need someone else having something military, because once they have underwear, then they can have a
Okay,
sock, then they can have a boot, then they can have a pair of
okay. I
pants.
understand the concept and your thinking.
You
I
know,
understand. But I just hope they're burning them.
and now I wouldn't recommend getting happy socks back. And
But
you don't want soldier socks back.
I'm telling you, I think I read a piece of this article and they're turning them in for reissue. Google that or whatever browser you use because Google's just another communist country. I mean company. So yeah, country. It is like a
Whatever
country.
works.
It's like bigger than a country. So yeah, that's what I would do. All right, so let's put a wrap on this. Let's turn in ourselves here in this episode because we have taken this one way too far because you got me all heated and red and my blood. I gotta go check my blood pressure. But thanks again, Nate, for joining me and having a good time here discussing the topics that we see in the world. Thank you guys out there for watching. Please get involved. If you are a veteran and this stuff interests you or you want to be on the episodes, come on right in. We got plenty of squares around here. We can make room for you.
Run the link at
So,
the bottom, Jib. Run the link at the bottom.
oh yeah, yeah, good call. I always forget that, man.
There you
I get
go.
rid of this. Yeah. Oh, I got rid of
That's how
that.
you can, yeah, get rid of all them.
Whoa, what am I doing? Technology.
That's how you can get on the show. That was 5G messing with you right there.
Yeah, it was all the frequencies coming from my laptop. They were just messing up my brain. So yeah, well, it wouldn't surprise me, right? Because the deafness probably came from guns and things like big guns and shoot. Anyways, I'm dragging even the ending on. So thank you all for joining us, and until next time, Godspeed.
And pull the pin. Boom.
Thanks for joining us here at Pull the Pin already. We hope you had as much fun as we did. If you like what we do, go ahead and hit that like button and share this video with a friend. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell button so you don't miss out on any of our future episodes. But most importantly, Leave a comment below. Let us know if you agree or disagree with our opinion. Hope to see you here next time on Pull the Pin Already.